Portugal to the world. Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nimesh and I've been working as digital colorist for comics, and I'm also a creator and publish my work under Nimprod Comics. And this is After Panels. What is After Panels, you ask? I love reading indie comics, and usually after reading them, just like everyone else, I like to talk about what I read. Let's be honest here for a second. The mainstream comics are turning very iffy, and indie comics are getting better and better. So why not spend time talking about what we really love instead of spending our time talking about what we hate? Anyway, I created this show where I will review and discuss comics that I read with you. Hopefully I present you a comic that you probably will be interested in reading as well. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about Seider. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Seider? No, Seider. I think it's Seider. At least in the Norse language, I think that is how it is pronounced. Anyway, let's move on. Revelation Comics is the publisher on this comic. Michael Watson and Matthew Bryant are the co-publishers. So before we move forward, let me just give a little bit of explanation about what Seider is. In Old Norse, well, let me do something else. Let's hear it from Cortana. Cortana, please explain us what Seider is.
Was a type of magic which was practiced in Norse society during the late Scandinavian Iron Age. The practice of Seider is believed to be a form of magic which is related to both the telling and the shaping of the future. Connected to the Old Norse religion, its origins are largely unknown, and the practice of it gradually declined after the Christianization of Scandinavia. Accounts of Seider later made it into sagas and other literary sources, while further evidence of it has been unearthed by archaeologists. Various scholars have debated the nature of Seider. Some of them have argued that it was shamanic in context, involving visionary journeys by its practitioners.
So with that, it is very interesting to know the title and a little bit more about that. Is this a kind of magic that Michael and Matthew are throwing upon us? So let's dive in on the comic. So we start in the spring of 792 AD, during a raiding season. The Viking king named Ingvar is sitting on his throne, and before him he has one of his best friends. Bjorn Ulriksson is tied up and is going to be judged by everyone on the town. Because he is one of the friends of the king Ingvar, he doesn't feel very comfortable judging him, because he doesn't want his personal feelings to meddle about what just happened and what would be the future of Bjorn. But in order for him and the town to judge what happened, first he needs to tell what actually happened and why he is there and being judged by everyone. And of course, for us also to know what the heck is happening. This is a first great page. I really love this page. It is a great way to start. It already grabs me what is going to happen. So no matter what the next page will be, I'm already invested because I want to know how he will be judged. He is guilty of I don't know what yet, or he is innocent of I don't know what yet. But of course, now we'll move on. This is a great page. I really dig this page a lot. So as King Ingvar tells his story, he explains that he and his friends, for him, just like, oh man, I don't even believe I'm going to talk about Fast and Furious in this video. Just like Vin Diesel, for King Ingvar, this is all about family. You guessed it right. Family first. On those times, one of the things that the people would do is to invade other countries and raiding them to get richness, to get food, to get supplements to conquer worlds, to conquer cities, to expand their empires. There was a lot of things that everyone would do. One of the favorite cities that King Ingvar and his crew would always like to invade was the Danish city of Iskist, in search of the riches from King Victor. King Ingvar and his crew are from Kust, probably Kust, a city that one day will be called Sweden. So we can already understand the rivalry between Danish and Sweden in Swedish. So, like I said, on their raiding journey, they want to make a stop to Iskist and go for the richness of King Victor. And like always, they didn't expect much difficulties ahead. But this time, for some reason, King Ingvar felt something in the air. I think his sixth sense was tingling, but he didn't care for it. Maybe it was just nothing. He was maybe tired. He went ahead with his invasion and tried to go for the king. But soon enough, he discovered that this time King Victor has learned. He has evolved, and this time he's going to oppose King Ingvar, no matter what it takes. By the numbers, King Ingvar already realized that he was outnumbered. They were in the hands of the King Victors because they are in their city. King Victor already chose where to fight. He has superior numbers than Ingvar, and probably Ingvar has no chance to win this fight. But still, they now could not go back. They had to move forward. And soon enough, Ingvar started losing men. Victor and his army burned them all down. Things didn't look very good. But from the first page, we already know that Ingvar and at least Bjorn will be the both that survive. And I'm starting to guess that maybe the trial is about who made the decision. Is Ingvar trying to pin this decision to Bjorn and say that they lost all men because of Bjorn decided this? And at this point, I'm also thinking about Last Duel. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Last Duel, where a king is accused of raping a girl, and his best friend is married to this girl, and they tell this story in different perspectives. So the king perspective, the friend's perspective, and the girl's perspective. Since Seor is a 3 issues miniseries, I start to get worried because what if this is the same thing as Last Duel? Maybe this is what they are trying to do here. But before I jump into any conclusion, I slowly start to realize that that's not what's happening here. Another very good thing here is, so Ingvar starts to see and becomes desperate. He probably has no chance. So he kneels to the ground and asks to the skies. All Father, hear me. Give me victory, he says. All Father here is Odin, of course, because this is a Norse mythology. And he promises to build a temple in his name, a home to honor Odin's name. So Odin grants Ingvar wishes, and he sends a wolf. I think it's a wolf that you say, with the name of Esfrior. So once again, Cortana, please explain us what wolf is.
Volva, or as it is pronounced in Old Norse Avolva, in Danish evolve, is what we in English would call a CRS. You could compare it to someone who practiced shamanism or witchcraft. So a Volva is a Nordic version of a shaman or witch that practiced magic. The Volva in the Viking Age were the predecessors of the medieval witches, so you could say they were witches before it became cool.
So with this powerful being on the Ingvar side, he has everything he needs to defeat Victor. now you ask, if he lost all the men, how this Volva will help? Well, Volva used her seer to turn the fallen on the battlefield into Hogbui. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. So what is a Hogbui? They are those who walk again, the undead. So they become practically zombies. The fallen man now rises and fights for Ingvar, because this is the Odin wish. Probably not the Odin wish, but at least this is what the Odin sent Volva to do. And from this point, I'm starting to think, oh my god, is this a prequel to Game of Thrones? Holy hell. Is the Volva actually the Night King? This is why he was creating the undead and joining to his army so they can defeat Victor? My god, this is getting very interesting for me. And of course, as obvious, after this action, obviously Ingvar wins the war. So I'm starting to question my first theory when I started reading the comic. Well, if they won the fight, then probably this is not what Ingvar is trying to judge Bjorn about, because clearly they won the fight. And became more curious now. What the heck just happened? What the hell did break the friendship between these two guys? After defeating everyone, Volva sends to Valhalla all the fallen soldiers, and King Ingvar stays in place on the Danish city to build the temple for Odin as he promised for his victory. And as time passes, Ingvar and Volva start falling in love with each other. And this is a big problem, because Ingvar was a married person already. In his city, Kust, he has a queen there. So the relationship between him and Volva probably wouldn't last much. So the drama starts. Volva is a powerful being, so I'm guessing things will not go very well here. As soon as they have the temple done, everyone starts making offering to the great almighty God of Thunder. Wait, is that God of Thunder Thor? So, God of Lightning. I think Odin is God of Lightning. Maybe he's God of Lightning and Thunder, because he is God of Thor. And with the mission accomplished, Ingvar starts thinking about returning home. For him, everything that matters, once again, just like Vin Diesel, is family. And at this point, things starts to get very strange, because it is time for King Ingvar to return home, and Volva wants to go home with him. He obviously tries to explain her that she can't, because he is married already. And after this, we return to the present time, where Bjorn is being judged. Why is he being judged? Because after wishes of Ingvar to return home, apparently Bjorn killed Ingvar's son and other members of the army, and he is being accused of that. But Bjorn says in his defense he did not kill them, at least not willingly, because he was possessed when the killing happened. He says that someone or something possessed him and made him kill everyone. Was this the Volva revenge? Or did Bjorn actually kill them? What is the truth? What is not the truth? I guess you guys need to read the book now. Sorry. This is a very interesting story. I really loved what happened here. It has some excellent moments. It allowed me to theorize things that probably has nothing to do with the comic itself, but I really enjoyed that. And I like horror stories, so I really love seeing the undead. By the way, about the undead, I think they should have been colored a little bit different, because I couldn't see who was alive and who was dead. I think that is the only criticism that I can give to this comic, is that the undead wasn't very different from the lived one. Maybe they could have separated that. But aside from that, the comic is great, is excellent. I really love the story. The end of the comic grabbed my attention. The funeral of his son and his I think it was his uncle or brother or something, was a very heartfelt moment. All people singing, just like on Aquaman when everyone starts singing when he goes away. but in this case was about the funeral. It was very beautifully done. I'm very curious to the next 2 issues that are coming. This is a 3 issues miniseries. And guys, if you are interested in, so this was my review for Seider. I'll link where to find in the book on the description, and also please visit nimprod.com and check out our comics as well. The link will be in the description too. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a like, and in case you haven't subscribed already, join us and subscribe to the channel so you can get the notification when the next video comes out. If you feel generous and if you want to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee so it keeps me boosted for more videos. Just go to coffee.com/nimprod and fill in with your tip. I highly appreciate any coffee you send my way, and every support is welcomed. And if you guys read this comic and you want to talk about your theories when you read it, talk with me about it on Twitter @nimprod, and I'll have all the fun talking about this comic, because one of the things that I really enjoy is talk about what the comics I read and what about I love. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on another video. And until then, keep reading indie comics. They are the best.